Welcome to Diamonds Decoded.
And where are we?
We are, I'll give you a guess, at the heartbeat of the manufacturing part of the supply chain. It is a country that is moving from just being a manufacturing country to actually being a very strong consumer country. So we've also looked at lots of jewelry. So where are
Yeah, we are in Mumbai, India.
we? Yes.
And
Having lots of fun.
Lots of fun. So we started with Kimberley process, regulations, policies, which is, to be honest with you guys, these guys are having a very thick skin. I would have probably got into a fight with someone. And so they are doing their best, and it's very impressive how they are actually trying to protect the natural diamond industry.
It was so exciting to be able to bring you,
Yes.
Bebe, into our world. So Bebe got to the chance to actually witness the Kimberley process in action.
Yes.
And she saw how we stand for the diamond industry
Yes.
and push the boundaries for success.
Yes, absolutely. And then we managed to see some rough diamonds, some polished diamonds, some facilities, and tried on amazing jewelry, which I'm already wearing. So
Beautiful.
yeah, it has been an amazing, very eye-opening week for me at least. Like, I've had a great time.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
glad.
Thank
I'm
you for
glad.
having me here. So, Ferial, back to diamond industry and Diamonds Decoded. Where we left off, I want to talk about ESG, environmental, social, and governance.
Yeah, so it's part of the conversation every time when it
Yes.
comes to the word sustainability, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So tell me,
Okay, let's talk about environmental. How are we protecting the environment while we are mining for diamonds? What are the steps that mining companies have to take to make sure the environment is protected even after they are done with the mine and they are leaving the land?
so what most people don't know is before you even open a mine,
Yeah.
you have to have a full closure plan that gets approved by government.
Wow.
In that,
So like a 30-year plan.
before you even open it,
Okay,
you need to
wow.
have a plan on how you're going to close it and
Wow.
how you're going to make sure that when it does come to the end of its life, you have minimized or totally recovered from an environmental
So you
perspective.
minimize your environmental impact.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
before you start, you need the plan, and that plan needs to be provided to the government, and it needs to be approved.
Wow.
And so, it is part of the DNA of the diamond mining community to think about this before any businesses start.
That is amazing. So that's why some of the mines turn into a lake, some of them become a forest, or like a wild animal habitat. Like that's how they are reclaiming the land, right?
Yes, and what really happens if you think about diamond mining, the consumer might see it as a hole in the ground, but there aren't that many diamond mines in the world.
Yes.
There are only a few, and they're usually found either in the desert where there was not much there, or in the Arctic. Similar thing.
Yeah.
But what they create is a whole new ecosystem of opportunity for the communities around that
That's
area.
where we get to social.
Exactly. So
yeah.
my friend Pat from Botswana,
Yes.
Pat Dambi,
We know her very well.
she's amazing, and she said to me once, and it will always stick with me. She said, "You might see a hole in the ground, but what I see is schools,
Hospitals.
healthcare, exactly, hospitals. I see me. She is a
Job
product.
opportunities.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's very important to make sure that there are sustainable and successful communities living around the mining area.
Exactly, but let's not. I'll stay on the environmental side for a little bit. Most people also don't know that diamond mining does not use any chemicals.
Yeah.
It is actually just breaking that kimberlite. You don't use any chemicals, and it's actually the cleanest form of mining.
Yeah.
And diamond mining businesses have these plans to close and try and either create, put back what was taken out.
Yes. Except the diamond.
Except the diamonds,
Yes.
of course.
We're gonna get back to
We'll
that.
get back to
Yes.
exactly, because they'll be on you and me and
Yes.
millions of others. I call them little pieces of Botswana, South Africa, Namibia, and Canada that are
Floating around.
floating around the world and
Yes.
creating these beautiful memories for people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll give you an example. They can be also created to continue to be a source of revenue. So one of the mines is turned into a museum to tell the story of the city where it
And
is,
the community that has
and the community,
been created
yeah.
because of that. Wow.
Exactly. So that mine is found in Kimberley. It was the first
Yes.
diamond mine. It is now a museum, and I definitely encourage anyone that's traveling to South Africa to visit Kimberley and to experience the Diamond Museum.
That's amazing. And finally, governance. What can you tell us about governance in ESG?
Well, I have
spent the last week.
I have spent the last week in the Kimberley process dealing with governance.
Okay, that.
I would say that the diamond industry is one of the most regulated industries in the world. You know, I did some research recently when I was having an interview with a trade media journalist, and I found out that you need more paperwork, right? And you have more requirements to move a few $1,000s of diamonds than you need to move millions of dollars worth of technology around the world.
That is
So
very
highly regulated.
And we did it ourselves, right? The diamond industry came together and said, let's do this. We want to be regulated.
Exactly.
To be away from harm and violence. Okay, that's just honestly that's common.
We did it ourselves. It's self-regulation, and we have nothing to hide. So we've got a great story to tell.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. As for sustainability, I always have all these questions because I get all these questions from my followers as well. So I just want to be clear. And in Italy, a few months ago, I asked you, how do you say a diamond is sustainable when you take it out of the ground? You're not putting back the same diamond back in. And you said something that I was like, oh my God, why I never look at it like that? That the diamond is never leaving the earth. It's not gas that's gonna evaporate or disappear or any other mineral that's actually like it's consumable. It's gonna stay around. It's been here millions of years before us, and it's gonna stay after all of us. So
Yeah.
talk about that part because that was really heartwarming for me.
I mean, I loved that moment where you sat down and you said to me, Fariel, I'm sorry, but a diamond is not sustainable because it's finite. When you take it out of the mine, as you said, you can't put it back in. And I looked at you and I was like, you know what? I never thought that people would think that.
Yes.
But maybe that's what people think. So this is the opportunity to clarify the facts here. A product is sustainable when it is actually not biodegradable, it's not consumable. So when we take that diamond out, when it is recovered and it is cut and polished, right?
This beautiful ring.
And it is purchased to mark someone's life, a moment in someone's life, it is then handed over to their children and to generate, and that diamond will survive generations that the individual that bought it will never meet.
Yeah.
But they'll stay connected through that beautiful
Exactly.
stone. It is not a product that's biodegradable. It is not a fuel that you burn. It will forever be there. That is why a diamond is forever. Because if you think the way that Bibi thought, that means that you would think that any manufactured product is sustainable. So if I have a factory that creates plastic bottles, the product is not finite. We can create as many plastic bottles as you want. Is that product sustainable? So it's complicated, the discussion.
No, the minute you explained it, I was like, wow.
It makes sense, right?
It made so much sense. Like it was like as if a whole new world was open in front of my eyes. I'm like, I never thought about it like
This
that.
is it. So most people say, oh, it's a mine, therefore it's bad.
Exactly.
But that is very basic thinking.
Yeah.
Really very basic thinking. And we need to look into things a little bit further because I once watched the CEO of Anglo American at the time, Mark Utafani, explain mining in a way that I will never forget.
Yeah.
So he said, and I hope I get these percentages right, but he said, how much of the world's surface do you think is mined?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think it's that much.
Less than 1%?
2% maybe?
Less.
Less? Okay.
Yeah.
Less than 1%.
So according to
Wow.
Mark, he said less than 1%. He said it's less than 0.5% of the world's surface that is used to mine. And then he said, and from that 0.5%, how much of global GDP does that drive?
Yeah.
About 45% of global GDP. So less than 0.5% of the world's surface is supporting about 45% of global
Half the
GDP.
world.
So
GDP.
mining is not, it's not the thing that is good or bad. It's the actor that's behind it. Yeah, I can do mining and I could do it in a bad way. I could do mining and I could do it in a good way. So it is always, sustainability or ethics is always about the actor, the person, the business, the standards that sits behind that action. And anyone that tries to tell you that this action is ethical and that action isn't, or if they say, oh, I'm ethical because I buy a certain product, that means that they themselves are not doing anything. If you want to claim sustainability or ethics, show us the standards. Tell us what your impact is. And if you have an impact, that's okay. Let us know what you're doing to minimize the impact. But do not make that only the responsible of mining entities. It is the responsible of every single activity that we need.
Yeah, we cannot do selective activism. We cannot say, oh, fast fashion is good, but diamonds are bad.
I love it. Selective activism.
That's it. Okay, leave your questions in the comments, and until next time. Good? Thank you so much. I hope